Welcome back, Dockside crew. Today we're taking you along on our incredible day in Mykonos, Greece. A place straight out of a postcard with winding, whitewashed alleyways, iconic windmills, a seaside lunch, and even a surprise fashion conspiracy that had all the guys in matching shirts.
We started the day with breakfast at Blue, since we're staying in Aqua Class on the Celebrity Infinity. A blue parfait, buttermilk pancakes, an omelet and coffee, all while gazing out at that stunning blue ocean. Definitely not a bad way to wake up. But we didn't linger too long because Mykonos was calling.
We hopped on a tender boat to the port, and let's just say it was a windy morning. It was cooler at first, but by mid-morning and it had warmed up to that perfect t-shirt weather. You know, just the right balance of sun and breeze. Where are we?
Now, getting from the tender port into Mykonos Town, there's a few options. You can walk it, but the road is narrow and pretty busy with traffic, so it's not the safest route. Instead, most people take a shuttle bus or the sea bus, which is a water taxi that gives you some extra scenic views along the way. We decided on the bus into town and planned to take the sea bus later in the day.
For our first stop, we wandered along the waterfront near Kavos restaurant. We checked out the menu and made a mental note. Lunch would definitely be happening here later. Then we set off to explore Mykonos Town, weaving through its maze of tiny alleyways, stone paths, and whitewashed buildings with pops of blue everywhere.
Now, when we say tiny streets, we mean tiny. You could barely fit a small car through them, but somehow they do. We browsed through some of the old boutiques, souvenir shops, and artisan stores. Along the way, we did get a little lost, but honestly, I think that's part of the fun here in Mykonos.
Something that really struck me was seeing kids playing in a schoolyard. It was a reminder that Mykonos isn't just a dream vacation spot, it's home for many families too. And then there was this one random tree growing right in the middle of several buildings. It looked so out of place, yet somehow perfectly Mykonos.
Eventually, we found our way to the famous Mykonos Windmills, one of the most iconic photo spots on the island. The views here, absolutely unreal. But the best part wasn't the scenery, it was meeting some of the famous animal residents of the island, including a peaceful little donkey. But we also got to meet one of the most famous residents of Mykonos, Petros the Pelican. This guy is a legend. Fun fact, there have actually been multiple Petros over the years, as Mykonos has kept this tradition alive since the 1950s. And movie buffs, here's some fun trivia for you. This area was actually featured in the last scene of The Bourne Identity. So if you recognize these streets, you actually might be channeling your inner Jason Bourne right now. Next, we walked over to Little Venice, where the ocean practically spills onto the walkways. And with the waves crashing up, some people got a free saltwater spritz.
We also stopped by the waterfront church near the dock where the ladies did some sea glassing, hunting for colorful bits of glass that had been smoothed by the ocean over time. Then I had a moment of inspiration.
A moment of musical inspiration.
Okay, so the pier near the church looked just like the one for Mamma Mia. And you know I couldn't resist, so I ran the length of the pier just like Donna does in the movie. Cue the ABBA music.
After all that exploring, it was time for lunch at Kavos restaurant.
We're in Mykonos. We are at Kavos.
Nice.
Seaside restaurant.
We toured around Old Town.
I have no idea.
Saw the Windmills. Got some sea glass. Some shopping.
Saw a giant pelican.
Saw a giant Pelican. Yeah.
It was huge. And now we're having something to eat and a little drink.
Yeah. We're gonna make our way back later, but not yet. We're enjoying the day.
And wow, this meal was everything. We feasted on octopus, fava, stuffed grape leaves, baked feta with honey, and of course some local beer.
The best part was we had a table right by the water with the sea breeze and occasional splash of a wave. But we had a fun surprise as well. We started chatting with a group next to us, and it turns out one of the ladies was from our home province. Small world, right?
After lunch, Melanie and some of the ladies went back into town for another look around the shops and some dedicated friend time. The rest of us walked back to the shuttle bus location. As the afternoon winds had picked up, we decided to skip the sea bus and take the shuttle bus back to the tender port instead. With the waves getting rougher, it felt like the smarter choice. The tender ride back was a little bumpy, but we did make it on board safely. Back on the ship, we spent the afternoon relaxing and taking some videos for our upcoming ship tour of the Celebrity Infinity. While this may be a bucket list cruise, there's still work that's gotta be done.
Of course, as the sun started to set, we all met up for a drink out on deck again. This was now part of the daily ritual we have come to love so much. It's those simple moments, watching the sun dip down over the ocean, that make a trip truly unforgettable.
As we were getting ready for dinner, Melanie told me to wait for a minute.
So I had a surprise for Chris, a new Hawaiian shirt. Now, normally he brings his floral best on Caribbean cruises, but I had told him Greece wasn't a Hawaiian shirt kind of place. But tonight, he had earned it.
We're getting ready to go out for some drinks and dinner. We just had a great day in Mykonos. We had a lovely tour through the town, saw all the sights, did some shopping, self-guided tour, and then we had a nice lunch and a couple of drinks.
Literally by the seaside with sea spray on our face.
Yeah, it was actually splashing up on us a little bit with the sea today. So,
Yeah.
Excellent day in Mykonos. Great. Actually, it turns out to be a great time of year to tour because it's not too hot and not too many crowds.
Not at all.
Really
Fantastic.
good.
I thought nothing of it until we were on our way to meet up with the group, and I saw Carl coming down the hallway wearing the exact same shirt. But it didn't really put two and two together until we met up for drinks and all the guys arrived in the same shirt. The ladies had been planning this for weeks, and we were completely duped. Well played, ladies. Well played.
We decided to get some pictures in the main atrium, and people started asking the guys if they were part of some reunion group. So our friend Dave, or it might have been Carl, I can't remember exactly who, said, "Yep, this is the Chippendales reunion cruise."
That led to some great laughs from all of us, and a few disbelieving looks from those that had asked. Perhaps even more evident was the eye rolling from our ladies, and the comments of, "Yeah, right." Someone asked us to prove it with some of the old Chippendale moves, but, given all the creaking knees and hips these days, we suggested it was best to leave that in the past.
We went to dinner and Blue, and everyone was still laughing at the matching shirts. It was a real conversation piece, and even the staff were intrigued. But no one was buying the story that the guys were trying to sell. I had my regular French onion soup and chicken, while Chris had the shrimp cocktail and turkey.
After dinner, we made our way to the full moon party on board, because what's a cruise without a little late night fun? The music was pumping, the energy was electric, and the cocktails were flowing.
We danced, we sang, and some may have even attempted a few moves from their supposed Chippendales days. Let's just say no one was signing up for an encore. But what an incredible way to cap off a perfect day in Mykonos.
There's just something about being on a ship in a beautiful location surrounded by great friends and great vibes. It's what makes cruising so special for us. We partied, we danced, and we had a few too many cocktails while reminiscing about our fake glory days.
And next, we're heading to Kusadasi, Turkey. We'll explore the ancient city of Ephesus, a breathtaking archaeological site with deep historical and religious significance. We'll also visit a Turkish rug making facility, sample Turkish coffee and delights, and explore the Grand Bazaar.
So make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment, and tell us, have you ever been to Mykonos? And if not, what's your ultimate Greek island dream stop? We love hearing from you.
Until next time, Oppa! Thanks for watching.